सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। विवेकचूडामणि श्लोक 176। मनो नाम महाव्याघ्रो विषयारण्यभूमिषु चरत्यत्र न गच्छन्तु साधवो ये मुमुक्षवः। The author is discussing Manomaya Kosha. Contextually, he is explaining how Manas causes Samsara. Manas becomes responsible for Samsara. In the meantime, Manas is also an instrument which facilitates Moksha. Therefore, Manas can be both friend and enemy. When does Manas become an enemy? As long as we allow the Manas to roam free in the forest of sense objects, then the Manas is dangerous. Therefore, the author compares Manas to a Vyaghra, a tiger. If we allow the tiger to roam free, the tiger is dangerous. It can eat other people, and sometimes it may eat the person who has allowed it to roam free in the name of animal rights. As long as the tiger is kept in the cage, the tiger is harmless. We can enjoy the tiger. So is the Manas. Mano nama mahavyagraha. Manas is a mahavyagraha, a big tiger, a ferocious tiger. Vishayaranya bhumishu charati, roams in the forest of sense objects. And when it roams in the forest of sense objects, free, then it is dangerous. Therefore, the author advises a mumukshu, sadhavaha mumukshavaha. The mumukshu is a sadhu. A person following swadharma, a person following the values of dharma is called a sadhu. Pranatyayepi ye swadharmam na tyajanti te sadhavaha. If you stick to your swadharma, if you commit to your swadharma, even at the cost of your life, you do not compromise with your dharma, even when life is in danger, then you are a sadhu. Generally, a person wearing this cloth, wearing ochre cloth, kashaya, is called a sadhu. It is a general usage of the word, especially in northern part of India. But that is not the meaning of sadhu in the Shastra. Anyone can be a sadhu if he commits himself to swadharma. Sadhavaha mumukshavaha. A mumukshu should be a sadhu. If you want to moksha, you need to practice your swadharma. To remind this, Acharya adds the word sadhavaha. Sadhavaha mumukshavaha. Atra na gacchantu. They should not go to the forest of sense objects. They should not allow the mind to roam free in the forest of sense objects. Instead, learn to gain mastery over the mind. Discipline the mind. A disciplined mind works as an instrument in the pursuit of moksha. The author further explains how manas causes samsara, how manas is responsible for samsara in the next few verses. मनः प्रसूते विषयानशेषान् स्थूलात्मना सूक्ष्मतया च भोक्तुः शरीरवर्णाश्रमजातिभेदान् गुणक्रिया हेतुफलानि नित्यम्. To understand this for a while, let us imagine how the life would have been if we did not have manas, if we did not have mind. Without mind, the world would have been as good as absent for us. The relatives, the objects, even our own body, everything would have been as good as absent for us, because all the external objects are presented to us by the manas. Everything is presented by the manas. It is like the TV. The TV monitor presents so many things. What is happening in Delhi? What is happening in Myanmar? We see everything on the television monitor or the computer monitor or the mobile screen. Suppose we didn't have any of these electronic gadgets and we didn't have a newspaper, we didn't have radio, we wouldn't have been aware of what is happening in other parts of the world. Our world would have been restricted to just a few houses around us. Likewise, had there been no manas, no mind, we wouldn't have known what is there in front of us also. Therefore, manas presents the whole universe to us. Therefore, the whole universe is present in our mind. We see what is there in our mind. If it has not entered our mind, we cannot be aware of it. Therefore, manaf prasute vishayan asheshan. Asheshan vishayan. All objects. Asheshan. Without anything left. All. Manaf prasute. The mind, the manas presents them. And some objects are enumerated. स्थूलात्मना सूक्ष्मतया च भोक्तुः स्थूलात्मना. Some objects are sthula. In the waking, we experience sthula objects, the gross objects. In dream, there are subtle objects, sukshmataya. Subtle objects. The dream objects are subtle, sukshma, because they are not there outside, they are projected in the mind. Bhoktuhu. And the mind presents these things to the enjoyer, to the bhokta, the jiva. Sharira varnashrama jati bhedan. And the objects include our own body. We identify with our body because of the manas. We are aware of the body because of the manas. And everything associated with the body. There are so many things associated with the body. Male, female, the gender identity is in the manas. Similarly, there are so many other identities. Traditionally, varna, ashrama, varna, brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra, four varnas, and four ashramas: brahmacharya, garhasthya, vanaprastha, and sannyasa. Jati, ethnicity, people identify themselves with various groups, various ethnicities: Indian, American, Italian. It is also a jati. Then linguistic groups, nationality, and so on and so on. There are so many types of jatis. Sharira varnashrama jati bhedan. All these distinctions, bheda, every identification is a distinction. When I identify with this body, I am distinguishing myself with the other bodies. If I do not identify with any body, I am not distinguished from anything. I am all pervasive. But if I identify with this body, I am distinguished. The Bheda starts. The Bheda starts with the identification. Without identification, there is no Bheda. Sharira varnashrama jati bhedan. Gunakriya hetu phalani. Guna, qualities, my qualities, others' qualities. Everything is in the mind. I am good. I am bad. I am honest. I am compassionate. Everything is in the mind. Kriya, actions. Hetu, phala. Hetu, cause, and phala, effect. Or hetu is means and phala is the end. Cause, effect, means, end. Everything is presented by the manas. Nityam, always, the mind keeps presenting these things. Therefore, the whole universe exists for me because of my manas. असङ्गचिद्रूपममुं विमोह्य देहेन्द्रियप्राणगुणैर्निबध्य अहं ममेति भ्रमयत्यजस्रम् मनस्वकृत्येषु फलोपभुक्तिषु. What is the problem? If the manas presents the universe, let the manas keep presenting the universe. We can enjoy the universe. The manas doesn't stop there. After presenting the universe, The manas causes identification with the body, etc., and creates various emotional problems and leads a person towards samsara. असंगचिद्रूपम अमुम विमोह्य देहेन्द्रिय प्राण गुणैः. The Atma is asanga chidrupa. Asanga, not associated with anything. Chidrupa, consciousness, Chaitanya Swarupa. The nature of Atma is Chaitanya, and the Chaitanya is Asanga. It is not associated with anything. But the Manas mixes up the Atma with the Anatma. Dehendriya prana gunaihi vimohya. Mixing up with the Deha, the Sthula Sharira, Indriya, senses, and Prana, and their gunas, their qualities. Vimohya. The manas mixes them up, mixes the Atma with the body, mind, senses, prana, and their qualities. Atma and Anatma are mixed up. Then we identify aham, mama, aham mama iti nibadhya. The manas binds the person down to samsara. With the identification aham and mama. This is me and this is mine. These two identifications bind us. Aham dehaha. I am the body. Binds. Mama idam. This is mine. Another bondage. My son, my daughter, my computer. It keeps extending. And every mama is a rope, It binds a person down to samsara. Aham mama iti nibadhya. And then the person is pushed to do various actions. Swakrityeshu Brahmayati. The mind makes a person to do various actions. Then there are results of actions. The individual is kept in a cycle of action and result. The mind produces desires. To fulfill the desire, I have to work, and the work produces its result. Then I get the result. It doesn't end there. Once again, desire. Once again, action. Once again, result of action. It is a cycle. Swakrityeshu, in one's actions. Phalopabhuktishu, enjoyment of the results of actions. Ajasram Brahmayati, the manas makes a person roam, wander in the cycle of action and results. Adhyasa purushasya samsritihi adhyasa bandhastvamunaiva kalpitaha rajastamo doshavato vivekino janmadi dukkhasya nidanametat. Samsara is caused by adhyasa. We have seen earlier the ignorance gives rise to adhyasa. Taking the body, taking the anatma for atma. This mistake is adhyasa. Anatmani atma buddhihi adhyasa. It is the cause of samsara. The author called adhyasa with another word also, bandhaha. Adhyasa was also called bandhaha. It is a dosha, a problem. It is not something desirable. adhyasa doshat, because of the dosha of adhyasa. Adhyasa is a dosha. Purushasya samsritihi. Purushaha, an individual, gets samsara. Samsritihi means samsara. Adhyasa causes samsara. Then why did you say manas is responsible for samsara? Because manas causes adhyasa. Adhyasa happens in the manas. Adhyasa bandhastu amunaiva kalpitaha. Adhyasa bandha. Adhyasa is called bandha because it is responsible for binding a person down to samsara. Amunaiva kalpitaha. It is caused by the manas. Amuna manasa kalpitaha. And this adhyasa will continue to exist as long as the mind is not pure. The mind is infested by the rajas and tamas. Rajastamo doshavataha avivekinaha. Rajastamo doshavataha. When the mind is impure because of rajas and tamas, there cannot be viveka. There cannot be atmanatma viveka. Therefore, he continues to be an aviveki. He is not aware of the true Atma. Rajastamo doshavataha avivekinaha. Janmadi dukkhasya nidanametat. Etan manaha. This mind, this manas is nidanam, karanam. It is a cause for janmadi dukkha. The problems starting with the birth. Janma adi dukkha. Janma. It is a cycle. The samsara is a cycle. And the cycle begins with the janma. In fact, you can show the starting point anywhere. If it is a cycle, any point can be the starting point. Let's take the starting point as Janma. That is how we usually do. But Janma is not the real starting point. Even before Janma, there was something. So Janma, birth, then Jara, old age, Vyadhi, disease, mrityu, death, and so on and so on. It's a cycle. How long will the cycle continue? As long as the manas is impure. Therefore, it is worth making an effort to clean up the mind. Atah prahurmano vidyam पंडितास्तत्त्वदर्शिनः येनैव भ्राम्यते विश्वं वायुनेवाभ्रमण्डलम्. Since manas causes samsara, some wise people refer to the manas as avidya. Even earlier, the author said, Manohya vidya bhavabandha hetuhu. 169. Nahyastya vidya manasotirikta manohya vidya bhavabandha hetuhu. This was stated in 169. And then the author established how manas is responsible for samsara. Since manas is responsible for samsara, we can call the manas avidya. It is not literally true. Avidya is different, manas is different. Avidya means ignorance. Manas is not avidya. Yet, avidya cannot do anything without manas. Without manas, avidya cannot produce samsara. Therefore, figuratively, in a secondary sense, manas is called avidya. Atah prahurmano vidyam panditas tattvadarshinaha. Ataha, therefore, tattvadarshinaha panditaha. Panditaha, the wise men, tattvadarshinaha, who know the truth, manaha avidyam prahuhu, they call the manas, they refer to the manas as avidya. Yenaiva bhramyate vishwam vayuneva bhramandalam. Yena manasa, by which manas the whole universe is moved. The whole universe, referring to everyone in the universe. Everyone is going round and round in the whirlpool of samsara because of the manas. yena vishwam bhramyate, by which manas the universe is made to go round and round. Vayuna iva abhramandalam, just like the wind carries the clouds. The wind makes the cloud go round and round from one place to another place helplessly. The cloud has no choice. It is carried by the wind. Likewise, generally, everyone in the universe is carried by the mind. Made to roam around by the mind. There are a few wise men who understand the need for disciplining the mind, purifying the mind, and getting jnana. Such people are very few, very rare. तन्मनःशोधनं कार्यं प्रयत्नेन मुमुक्षुणा विशुद्धे सति चैतस्मिन् मुक्तिः करफलायते. तन्मनःशोधनं कार्यं, तत् मनः, तन्मनः, tat means tasmat. Therefore, since an impure mind will continue to cause samsara, mumukshuna, a mumukshu, manashodhanam karyam, he should purify his manas, cleanse his manas. And it is not easy to purify the manas. It doesn't happen effortlessly. Prayatnena. One should make effort in that direction. Make effort in the direction of purification of mind. And it is worth making the effort, because if the mind is cleansed, moksha is not difficult to attain. Vishuddhe sati chaitasmin, etasmin vishuddhe sati, etasmin manasi vishuddhe sati. When the mind is pure, muktih karaphalayate, moksha becomes easily available, like a fruit on the arm, fruit on the palm. Karaphalayate is an expression to convey the ease of something. Suppose there is a tall tree and the fruit is on the tall tree, is not available. You can look at it and feel disappointed. It is very far, not reachable. It is so as long as the manas is impure. Moksha seems to be remote, almost impossible. But when the manas is purified, moksha is like a fruit which is easily available to hand. If the plant is small and the fruit can be plucked easily without climbing on a tree, without any hook, you can pluck the fruit. The fruit is available easily. Similarly, moksha is no more remote, no more difficult. मोक्षैकसत्या विषयेषु रागम् निर्मूल्य सन्न्यस्य च सर्वकर्म सच्छ्रद्धया यः श्रवणादिनिष्ठो रजस्वभावं सधुनोति बुद्धेः. The author explains how one can get rid of the impurities of mind for good. Mokshaika Saktya. Moksha Eka Satya. With interest only in moksha. There are people with some interest in moksha, but they are also interested in so many other things. The author says it is not enough. Moksha Eka Satya. Moksha has to become one's top priority. Moksha Eka Satya. I want moksha also, I want other things also. That is not enough. One has to make moksha one's top priority. Increase one's mumukshutva. Increase one's desire for moksha. Vishayeshu ragam nirmulya. Remove the attachment to sense objects. Free yourself from the attachment to the objects. Then sanyasya cha sarva karma. Give up all karmas. That is sannyasa. Sannyasa means giving up of all karmas, all actions, all activities. It is not possible for everyone to give up all activities. At least one can minimize the distracting activities. Like too much of socialization, going to parties, going to clubs, and so on. One can reduce them. If you reduce them, you can get more time to pursue moksha. Satshraddhaya shravanadi nishthaha. Satshraddhaya. Satshraddhaya. With the proper shraddha, with unshakable shraddha, shravanadi nishthaha. Commit yourself to shravana, etc. A person committed to shravana, etc. Shravana adi, referring to shravana, manana, nididhyasana. Commit to shravana, manana, nididhyasana. Attending the Vedanta session regularly, and even after listening, trying to understand it properly, without doubts, without vagueness, and then making effort to assimilate it. Nididhyasana. In due course of time, Rajasvabhavam sadhunoti buddhehe. He becomes free from Rajasvabhava, the Rajasika tendencies of the mind, desires, attachment, hatred, restlessness, worries, all are Rajasvabhava. All undesirable thoughts, all undesirable emotions of the mind, they are Rajasvabhava. The person becomes free from all undesirable thoughts and emotions. Saha buddhehe rajasvabhavam dhunoti. He cleanses off all rajasika tendencies of the buddhi, of the mind. That means he becomes mukta. He gets moksha. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।